The state legislature and the governor they have teamed up to take one of many possible actions we can do to address global warming. Dr. Lyle and Representative Stewart both referred to the historic bill passed this year in Columbus to improve or increase the amount of clean electricity and while we're at it, program jobs in the state. That's a great example. At the federal level, we could do other steps like pass a cap and trade so that we have an incentive to use clean energy. We're capping the total amount of global warming pollution each year, and we're offering flexibility to utilities and plants so that they can meet their targets. What we're asking, by the way, as part of this campaign, is that the new president and Ohio members of Congress team up to take action, bold action, which we'll need to save the Buckeye in the new year. Governor Strickland did a very wonderful thing earlier this year. He sent a letter to every Ohio member of Congress endorsing exactly that in principle, and he specified it out how to make it work for a state like Ohio. So we thank him for his leadership, and we appreciate working with Representative Stewart and Dr. Bullock. Next we have Kristen, who is actually a Buckeye herself and is also a very hardworking and talented leader on campus. Kristen, thanks for being with us.
Hi, I'm Kristen Arnold. I'm a concerned OSU student, and global warming is not only affecting the jobs as a whole of the state of Ohio, but the future jobs of the students at the Ohio State University. We need to be taking direct action on global warming right now to solve these problems. Many students and faculty are doing activism, organizing, research, and learning about these issues to address them for the future, such as the Bird Polar Research Center, which is world-renowned for their research on polar and alpine research. As a diehard Buckeye fan, the only thing worse than losing to Michigan would be giving them our mascot. We can't let this happen.
Thank you very much. Next we have, I'm losing the place for Shelly. Would you like to, Shelly's with the American Lung Association of Ohio and works at the intersection of environmental issues and human health impacts, and she's got a lot of important things she works on. Thank you for being with us today.
No problem. It's not just the trees that are affected by climate change, but there's another group of Buckeyes that are affected, and that's the citizens of the great state of Ohio. Their health is being placed at risk. If you've ever had the honor of going to a Buckeye game or even watched it on TV, you know that the fans can really roar and yell and scream, and our players, they really play hard. The cheerleaders belt out their cheers. The band plays their favorite songs loud and proud, but that all takes strong lungs and hearts. And unfortunately, much of the pollution that causes climate change can damage your hearts and lungs. For example, ozone. We think of ozone when it's up in the upper atmosphere as being a good thing, and it is. But when it's down here with us, it's a bad thing. Ozone's created when chemicals react with sunlight and heat, and it injures your lungs. It's similar to having a sunburn on your lungs. And it's harmful to everyone, but especially to children, to the elderly, and people with lung diseases. It causes short and long-term damage, and it's been linked to premature death. Unfortunately, we have a problem already in the state of Ohio with ozone, but if air pollution is not reduced and climate change continues to warm the earth, ozone levels will grow, leading to more sick Ohioans. Another pollution that causes climate change is particle pollution. And what that is tiny, tiny pieces of soot. They're so tiny that they're able to lodge way deep in the smallest parts of your lungs and wreak havoc there. They're linked to heart disease, stroke, they're linked to lung cancer, asthma, and other lung health problems. We also have a bad problem with particle pollution here in the state of Ohio, but scientists predict that particulate matter problems will get worse with climate change due to things like wildfires and increased dust. So as you can see, global warming is only going to increase our problems with health. And this comes at a time when we're struggling here in our state nationally with how to give adequate health care to all our citizens here. So we must not only reduce air pollution to reduce global warming, we also have to invest in our healthcare system so so we're prepared to deal with these future global health threats. I can tell you, and this seems to be a theme, that at the American Lung Association, we have some of the most diehard Buckeye fans in the state, I think. It seems like everybody's a pretty diehard Buckeye fan. I think that goes around the state. And our organization firmly supports reducing air pollution to stop climate change and to improve the health of Ohioans so that we have those healthy lungs so that we can cheer on our team.
Thank you very much, Shelly. That's right, and one of the issues that the Lung Association of Ohio is working on, the Ohio Environmental Council has also been a real leader on black carbon, the belching smoke that comes out of trucks and buses sometimes. That both gets breathed in as a direct human health impact, and it's also a global warming, very intense gas. And so if we reduce that, there's a double bonus, there's a double benefit to working on that issue. Finally, we have from the League of Ohio Sportsmen, Jim Wentz, who brings a lot of expertise, also his background working with the state in natural areas and Ohio wilderness areas. He's also himself a sportsman and a fisherman, so he has a lifetime of experience from a front row seat in Ohio's nature. Jim, thanks for being with us.
Yes, my name is Jim Wentz, and I am here today representing the League of Ohio Sportsmen, which is the Ohio affiliate of the National Wildlife Federation. I'm also a proud member of the Isaac Walton League of America, and Ray Zaylor, the Ohio director, is here with us today. And they were formed in 1922, right? And these two organizations together have worked for years. And the League of Ohio Sportsmen 100 years ago, in 1908, when it was formed to work on conservation issues and to save habitat, to restore wildlife and fish. And over the years, we have worked on many other issues. So we're celebrating our 100th year of achievements this year. Along the way, we've supported the scientific management of fish and wildlife and forests. And that's not something the public has always understood well, but we've always wanted science to be behind the management. And that's why species like deer and wild turkey and Canada geese and beaver and bald eagle and many other species are much more numerous today than they were 100 years ago when the League and the Isaac Walton League organizations were coming forward to support it. But today, we stand with sportsmen clear across the nation. We see the effects of climate change from our fishing boats, our duck blinds, and our tree stands. But today, we're calling particular attention to our native trees here in Ohio. The League of Ohio Sportsmen, the Isaac Walton League of America, we do not want to see Ohio lose any of its habitat for the Ohio Buckeye tree. But we have concerns for many other species too. In your packets of information, there's a top 10 list from the League of Ohio Sportsmen of the top 10 trees most threatened by climate change in Ohio. And that includes species such as sugar maple, which could actually be threatened in all of its range in the United States. The American beech tree, white oak, black walnut, and quite a few others. And we go on to mention trees that were close to making the top 10 list. And if you know very much about trees and wildlife, many of these trees are the ones that provide lots of food for deer and wild turkeys and ducks and squirrels and many of our songbirds. But forests are also vital to Ohio's economy, and they're vital to our sense of place and our peace of mind. We have millions of people every year who visit Ohio's forests to hunt, hike, fish, camp. We enjoy the magical quality of autumn, and many of us have cherished family traditions of going to Hockey Hills every year when the leaves change. Most of our trees on the top 10 list are the very same trees that paint the most brilliant reds and oranges and yellows across our landscapes every fall. So the League of Ohio Sportsmen joins with the others here today and the Save the Buckeye campaign. We are urging Congress, and we have been for quite some time now, we are urging Congress and our next president to take action on climate change. Our collective actions to save the Buckeye tree will also save our forests and the wildlife and the people of Ohio who depend on them. So in closing, I would just like to say, go Bucks, beat USC, and save the Ohio Buckeye tree.
Amen.